Do you miss me yet? Do you miss me? We are gathered this afternoon to talk about the future of our movement, the future of our party, and the future of our beloved country. I stand before you today to declare that the incredible journey we've begun together, we went through a journey like nobody else. There's never been a journey like it. There's never been a journey so successful, and it is far from being over. And I want to thank everybody in this room and everybody all throughout the country, throughout the world, if you want to really know the truth. I am more grateful to you than you will ever know. And I want you to know that I'm going to continue to fight right by your side. We will do what we've done right from the beginning, which is to win. We've been doing a lot of winning. Our movement of proud, hard, and you know what this is? The hardest working people, hard-working American patriots, is just getting started. And in the end, we will win. We will win. Our mission, and for us, it's our movement. As I said, a movement like has never been seen, I think we can probably say, never been seen anywhere in the world. And nobody's ever seen a movement like this. We'll be at the heart of the effort to oppose the radical Democrats, the fake news media, and their toxic cancel culture. The task for our movement and our party is to stand up to this destructive agenda with confidence and with resolve. As a party that defends the social, economic, and cultural interests and values of working American families of every race, color, and creed. That's why the party is growing so rapidly, and it's becoming a different party. And it's becoming a party of love. You know, they kept saying, he's going to start a brand new party. We have the Republican Party. It's going to unite and be stronger than ever before. We're not starting new parties. Wouldn't that be brilliant? Let's start a new party and let's divide our vote so that you can never win. No, we're not interested in that. I am not starting a new party. That was fake news. Fake news, no. We will be united and strong like never before. We all knew that the Biden administration was going to be bad, but none of us even imagined just how bad they would be and how far left they would go. He never talked about this. We would have those wonderful debates. He would never talk about this. We didn't know what the hell he was talking about, actually. He wants windmills, the windmills. The windmills that don't work when you need them. The wind isn't blowing. I don't believe we'll have any electricity. Remember, we would kid, but I wasn't actually kidding. It's such an expensive form of energy. And remember, these are structural columns with fans on them. They wear out, and when they wear out all over the country, you see them. Nobody takes them down. They're rotting, they're rusting, and it costs many, many times more than natural gas, which is clean. It costs many more and can fuel our great factories. Wind can't do that. And solar, I love solar, but it doesn't have the capacity to do what we have to do to make America great again. Sorry, it just doesn't happen. You wait till you see what happens with your gasoline. Wait till you see what happens. And we cannot let this stuff continue to go on. It's a shame what's happening. Energy prices are going to go through the roof, and that includes your electric bills. That includes any bill having to do with energy, our biggest cost. One of my proudest accomplishments as president was to make America energy independent. The United States became the #1 energy superpower on earth. Bigger than Saudi Arabia, bigger than Russia by a lot. We left them all in the dust. They were all in the dust. But if the Democrats have their way, we are heading from energy dominance to energy disaster. That's what's happening. It's going the opposite, because now they're taking this incredible energy independence away from the people of our country, and you're going to see costs go like you have never seen them go before. Wants to put you all out of business. There's no better example than the new and horrible crisis on our southern border. We did such a good job. It was all worked. Nobody's ever seen anything like we did. When illegal aliens trespass across our borders, they were promptly caught, detained, and sent back home. It took the new administration only a few weeks to turn this unprecedented accomplishment into a self-inflicted humanitarian and national security disaster. We had created the most secure border in U.S. history. We had built almost 500 miles of the great border wall. It's amazing considering that the Democrats' number one priority was to make sure that the wall would never, ever get built, would never, ever happen. You know, they used to say a wall doesn't work. Well, you know what I've always said? Walls and wheels, those are two things that will never change. We ended catch and release, ended asylum fraud, and brought illegal crossings to historic lows. And we're very proud of this because this was something that they said could not be done. Now he wants it all to go to hell. They don't want to complete little sections in certain little areas. They don't want to complete, but it's had an impact that nobody would have even believed. The wall has been amazing. It's been incredible. And little sections of it to complete, they don't want to complete it. It was a real achievement. We told those countries, sorry, straighten out your act. We don't want people coming in where they had an ideology or a problem. We just couldn't have it. And it was incredible. How it worked was incredible. By reckless... eliminating our border, security measures, controls, all of the things that we put into place. Joe Biden has triggered a massive flood of illegal immigration into our country, the likes of which we have never seen before. They're coming up by the tens of thousands. We have gone from America first to America last. You think about it, right? America last. Perhaps worst of all, Joe Biden's decision to cancel border security has single-handedly launched a youth migrant crisis that is enriching child smugglers, vicious criminal cartels, and some of the most evil people on the planet. It's dangerous, immoral, and indefensible. Hard to believe it's happening. They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Once they think they can get in, they're coming, and they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet. By the hundreds of thousands, by the millions they'll be coming. And it's sad, actually, and it's sad for them, and it's sad for our country. By the thousands and thousands and thousands a day crowded together in unsanitary conditions despite the ongoing economic and public health crisis, COVID-19, or as I call it, the China virus. When I withdrew from the WHO, and you know the whole story with that, they called and they wanted us to stay in. I said, how much are we paying? Approximately $500 million. How much is China paying? Sir, they're paying $39 million. I said, why are we paying $500 million and they're paying $39? I could tell you why. Because the people that made the deal are stupid. That's why. And they decide now to go back into the World Health Organization and pay $500 million. What the hell is wrong with them? Why would China pay $39 million and we're paying almost $500 million? Why? So we could have made the same deal that China had, $39 million, and they just say, we're going back in. We're going back into the World Health Organization. They go back in, they pay $500. could have made an unbelievable deal and gone back in, but I didn't want to do that. Surrendering millions of jobs and trillions of dollars to all of these other countries, almost all of them, that were in the deal. So they have favorable treatment. We don't have favorable treatment, and we just said, we're going back in. What the Trump administration has done with vaccines has, in many respects, perhaps saved large portions of the world, not only our country, but large portions of the world. And if we had an honest media, which we don't, they would say it loud and clear. Not only did we push the FDA far beyond what the bureaucrats wanted to do, we also put up billions and billions of dollars, 10 billion, to produce the vaccines before we knew they were going to work. Because if we didn't do that, you still wouldn't have the vaccines. You wouldn't have them for a long time. It was called a calculated bet or a calculated risk. We took a risk. By the time I left that magnificent house at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, almost 20 million Americans had already been vaccinated. We had virtually ended the endless wars. These endless wars, they go on forever. They go on forever. I would go to Dover and I would see caskets, coffins coming in. I'd see the parents and wives and husbands. I would see the kids. Endless wars. We had made historic peace deals in the Middle East like nobody thought were even possible, with not a drop of bloodshed. Never let them forget this was us. We did this.